Good morning from Carroll County Broadcasting. It's time now for Community Chat with Bearville Parks and Rec Director Jamie Hussey and Bearville Economic Development Director Dean Lee.
Good morning, Dean. How are you?
Well, Jamie, I'm a little anxious again this morning.
Why's that?
You know, normally I just can't wait to get started and everything and do the chat, but today I'm kind of ready to get it over with.
Why's that?
Well, it's First Friday right here at KTHS.
Isn't that awesome?
You know, can you not smell it? You know,
Yeah, right. The coffee is brewing.
coffee and all the goodies are right here. So
That's awesome.
yeah, so I'm in the starting block right now.
This is
As
perfect.
soon as we close out,
Perfect spot, and everybody's invited, right?
They are.
Yeah,
They are.
And bring your cards, your business cards. You know, you
Yeah.
can make some good contacts
yeah,
right here.
you betcha. And again, we're just grateful to be on KTHS and appreciate them, and again, all that they add to our beautiful community here.
Boy,
So,
no doubt. Sherry and her crew, they do a great job.
Yeah.
And thanks to Bank of 1889
Bank
this
of
morning,
18,
right?
yeah, they're a great sponsor, and we appreciate them as always, and all they do as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
They like kind of hiding, you know, under the radar
They
and
do,
everything,
don't they?
but we won't let them go unnoticed.
No, we'll spotlight them, won't
Yeah,
we?
yeah.
Well, Dean, let's start with some events.
Well, we talked about First Friday Coffee. Tomorrow, Green Forest is having their fall festival. It goes from 1 o'clock until 11 p.m.
Man, they've got some
So
music, right?
You got music, you got vendors, you got food and fun right there across from Old Tom's Diner.
Yeah.
Right there on the square. A lot of activity going on in the square in Green Forest. And then also tomorrow is the Glow in the Dark Trap Shoot. I think we talked about this last week.
Yeah, now this will be interesting.
It will.
You do it in the dark.
You
huh?
do it in the dark. The traps are colored, so they glow in the dark. So
Okay.
you know, I can always, I can blame it on the darkness.
Yeah,
but,
right.
my poor shooting skill. But it starts at dark, obviously. But this benefits the Bearville and Green Forest shooting sports.
Right.
It's $30 a round, and you can call 870-423-8818 for
Excellent.
information on that. So,
Okay.
and then also this week, today and tomorrow, is the citywide yard sale in Oak Grove.
All right.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to blink for the red light.
Yeah.
But there's going to be lots of
Yep.
sales.
Well, and a lot of activity's been going on in Oak Grove, so we appreciate that community and what they're trying to do and get people out there.
Yes.
So a multitude of events and stuff coming on. So
Right.
they've got the Oak Grove Trunk or Treat coming up at the end of the month on the 25th. So
Okay.
you know, a lot of great community servants right there. And then October 11th is the Berryville
Yeah.
Harvest Fest. Miss Julia's working diligently with this. It'll be music and fun, be on the square and kind of over in Pioneer Park over
Right.
by the library. She's got 30 vendors at last I counted.
Yeah. And so
And all vendors are selling stuff, so it'll be something new and special. But
well,
that's,
and it's the perfect time of the year to
Yeah,
have it.
yeah.
So
yeah, the weather has just been incredible this fall. But that'll be on the Bearville Square and over by the library and Pioneer Park. That'll go from 1 to 6.
Okay.
And then coming up is on October 31st. You know, that's Halloween.
That's Halloween on a Friday.
It is, and it happens every year on the 31st. But
Yes.
this year is added special because it is Friday. But the city of Bearville is doing the candy crawl.
Right.
So it'll be town-wide event going on. So we'll be on the square with that, with some of the businesses on the square participating, and I think they've got some trunk or treat on the square and a lot of different things that.
And they actually, Julia was having a meeting this week.
Yeah.
And so we're kind of organizing things as we go. because it's gotten so big.
Yeah.
Right, and that's the awesome.
Harder House is going to do a trunk or treat, and I think they got something out at the fairground. What a great time to be a kid. You just open your sack.
We had to hunt all kinds of neighbors.
We had to run down the street, knock on doors, and
Now it's just one spot.
now you just walk down the parking lot, and you have a basket full. And then this week, as you know, being in Rotary, we're starting to talk about the Princess Ball coming up November 15th. So.
Yeah, they're on sale at the community center right now.
Okay.
So get your tickets, and I know it's going to be a big plan, and all about the kids.
Yeah, that's always a great event, and if you've got a young lady in your life, this is a great time to take her out, and you can be a hero.
Yes, that's right.
So. Well, Jamie, I didn't bring it up, and I see you didn't bring me a donut either.
Well, I was hoping we were just going to do all events and not talk about sports.
Well, we don't have as many this week that are positive to talk about.
Right, our teams didn't do too well, did they?
Yeah.
The USA or the Razorbacks. Yeah. So, let's get into it then.
Well, the Razorbacks, I believe you picked them to beat Notre Dame, and so that evens us up on donuts.
Yeah, it does.
I didn't give you one after
Ohio State.
Yeah, after the first one.
Well, and this had kind of an added value, I guess, because I didn't know. I thought we were going to win, but then we lost. I didn't know we were going to lose our coach too, right? So we lost our coach too. And I know as an AD. That's a difficult decision in stream, right?
In stream, and especially when you deal, I've got a tremendous amount of respect for Sam, just as a person.
Yeah, how
he conducts himself, his loyalty to the Razorbacks. I want to say second to none. I mean, I heard that he gave up, $1.25 million. That he could have taken, but he basically forfeited that for the Razorbacks.
And that's some things people don't know.
It's
not the headlines.
Yeah, and that's not the way the world is working now, especially with coaches and athletes. And but he's got a home on Lake Hamilton in Hot Springs, and really feels a big part of it. And if you listen to his press conference, he says, I understand why fans are mad.
Yeah.
But I hope that in due time that, he'll get the respect and be recognized for, what he did bring to campus and to school.
And he's a quality guy.
He is. And you just go back and look at, 2 fumbles. In those 2 games, and we can easily be sitting here 4-1, and if we were 4-0 playing Notre Dame, no telling what kind of confidence the kids would have had going in there.
Exactly.
I might be buying you a donut.
That's right.
But Terry knows taking over.
Yeah, right.
And they did make a move to fire 2 defensive coaches, and so there'll be a lot of stuff going on. We do have a bye week, which gives us an extra week to prepare and get situated. But looking at the schedule, our next game's Tennessee, and Tennessee has a bye week too. So
that's not boding well, is it?
Yeah, but
and the rest of the schedule. Yeah, I mean, it's just going to be.
Well, just looking at where the top 25 is right now, SEC has 10 of the top 25. The next closest one is the Big Ten, and they've got 6.
Wow.
So Big 12's got 4, as ACC conference has 4, and there's 1 independent, which is Notre Dame. So again, it's whoever steps in that position is going to be stepping into high cotton with the SEC football is the best, without a doubt.
Yeah,
that's out there. While we're talking football, our Bobcats took their first loss of the season, so they're 3-1, but they did lose to
Huntsville.
And they play tonight at home. against Elkin. So that's a big chore to handle. But,
they're favored to be the number one of the conference, right?
Yeah,
Elkins.
Yeah, they were number one most of last year and finished runner-up, and this year they've been up there in the top as well.
Yeah, right.
Top 5 for sure.
Well, and let's just keep the losses rolling here. We got to talk about the Ryder Cup.
Do we?
Well, I mean, I got to admit, I wasn't going to be watching much Sunday. I thought I'd play golf. And then all of a sudden, I saw all the red for the U.S., and I thought, I'm going to miss the most monumental feat that's ever been done. And we come up just a little short, didn't we?
We did. Well, we had the monumental defeat the first 2 days. That was one of the poorest showings by a U.S. team ever. In the foursomes and the 4-balls,
and on your soil,
on your own soil.
Yeah.
But on the last day, there's 12 matches that they have, and everybody plays singles. And America came out with 8.5 points.
The most.
That's the highest total during the era of 12 since 1979.
Wow.
And, we should have had 9 points. I still kind of argue that, Victor Hovland,
because of his health injury,
basically forfeited, but he got a half a point.
Yeah.
Like it or not, that was in the rules, and
yeah.
I think that'll change.
I think,
in the future, to me, it's like if somebody tees off and says, "Oh, I can't go," that's a forfeit, and why you do that with an illness or something?
Right.
I don't understand.
Right. I bet they get it changed on that.
Yeah. But Europe was the first team to win each of the first 4 sessions in the Ryder Cup.
Yeah.
On away soil. So, I mean, they dominated, and they dominated in our front yard.
Well, they didn't miss. Watching those matches, I mean, they were throwing darts in there.
Yeah.
So they won that part of it for sure.
Well, and I mean, to a large degree, you're pleased with how we performed and how we scored, but they were just hitting inside us, and they were making putts, and if we made a putt, they capped it. So they were pretty resilient as far as keeping the pressure on. And then on Sunday we had for the first time ever the number 1 and number 2 players in the official world golf rankings between Scheffler and McIlroy.
Yeah, right.
And
we won that event. I mean, that match.
Scheffler won that one, but he became the first American to ever lose all 4 matches on the first 2 days in the Ryder Cup. And I know I've seen some of his comments. I know he's sick and highly disappointed, and obviously wasn't how he expected to play.
Well, and he was motivated to win that Sunday match because he didn't want to go 0-5, right? So.
And then Luke Donald, who's the captain, I got to meet Luke.
Yeah, you know him, don't you?
We had a short conversation over in Ireland this summer. He tried to get me to join his team, and I'm too red, white, and blue to go over there with him. But he's just the second European captain to win back-to-back riders since Tony Jacklin in '85 and '87.
So will he be the third captain?
I think so. I mean, he's
got a formula, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. He seems to be highly revered by all the players, and I think it's his if he wants it.
Yeah.
As far as what the U.S. does, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
and then there was another award that they gave.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That was Fleetwood got the. It's the Nicholas Jacklin Award,
right? Which
kind of goes for sportsmanship and displays, all the attributes of golf, from etiquette, sportsmanship, and then play. Which Tommy led the Ryder Cup this year, he had 4 points that he scored. The top 4 individuals were all from Europe, obviously.
Yeah.
And so our top 2 were Xander Schauffele and Cameron Young, which Cameron was very impressive with how he played. Then our next 2, they both had 3 points. Justin Thomas and J.J. Spawn, who also showed a lot.
Yeah, he's going to be a good one.
Yeah, had 2 points each. So, there's hope out there, and hopefully they kind of get it figured out. But the Europeans, they really seem to play well as a team. They really play for each other.
Yeah.
Not that the Americans aren't,
but they've got a formula that's working better than what we're figuring out, right?
Yeah.
So, hey, I got a quick shout out. We have still got open registration for co-ed volleyball. The Pizza Hut volleyball will start the 13th of October. The deadline is October 6th, so next week you got to get your teams together. The Sparkies basketball league, that'll be the same way. It'll end registration October 6th, so get your teams in there. They're only $200 for your team, and they'll start October 16th on that one. So, Dean, we're loving basketball. We might as well hang our hats on the Razorbacks for basketball, right?
We got it. It's coming around the corner.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
another 6 weeks. So.
Coach Cal he's already ranked, so looking forward to that.
I'm gonna hang my hat on all these goodies right here at KTHS. Everybody, come on out and see us.
Okay, we'll see you, Dean.
See you.
Thanks for listening to Community Chat here on Carroll County Broadcasting with Jamie Hussey and Dean Lee. Tune in next Friday morning at 8 a.m. for next week's Community Chat here on Carroll County Broadcasting.